I never planned to disappear, not really. But after the fight, after the betrayal, after realizing the woman I love could abandon me and our daughter in the same breath, I knew I couldn't stay. Not in that house, not in that town, not in that life. Her name was Rachel. We'd been married for 8 years, and our daughter Lily was 6 when I made the decision. Rachel had been unfaithful, not just once, not with someone fleeting, but repeatedly in ways I discovered piece by piece. I confronted her. I begged her. I tried therapy, counseling, anything that might salvage what we had built together. She just shrugged. After one particularly cruel revelation, I packed a small bag for Lily and myself, grabbed our essentials, and just walked out. I didn't tell anyone, not my family, not our friends, not even my colleagues at work. I craved silence, separation, and space. But most importantly, I wanted safety for me, and especially for Lily. Those first few months were brutal. We moved from city to city, never staying long enough for anyone to ask questions. I took whatever odd jobs I could find, anything that would cover rent, put food on the table, and provide some semblance of stability. Lily didn't fully understand. She kept asking why we weren't going home, why Mommy wasn't calling. I tried to explain it gently. I told her that Mommy needed some time to learn about being honest and kind, and that she would come around when she understood. It felt like a weak answer, but it was the only one I had. I avoided calling Rachel. I blocked her number and ignored her messages. I scrubbed any trace of our past life from our new one. Time passed. Slowly I started to build a new life for us. Lily adapted better than I ever expected. She's so resilient, funny, and surprisingly cheerful despite all the upheaval. I worked during the day, and in the evenings we played. I read her bedtime stories and tucked her in at night. It wasn't perfect, not by a long shot, but it was safe. And that's all I could promise her. 2 years went by like this. 2 years of constant vigilance, of looking over my shoulder. 2 years of holding my breath, just waiting for the day Rachel would find us. And then one day, she did. I didn't hear her at first. I was at the park with Lily, pushing her on the swing, lost in the rhythm of it all, when a familiar voice called out her name. "Lily?" I froze. Every muscle in my body went rigid. My first instinct was to grab Lily and run. I didn't want to see her. I didn't want her to disrupt this small, fragile world I had built for us. But Lily, curious and cheerful as ever, had already jumped off the swing and was running ahead, waving. Rachel stood there, looking older, exhausted, but it was unmistakably her. Her eyes scanned the playground until they landed on me. And then pure shock, panic, something between disbelief and regret flashed across her face. I didn't run to her. I didn't yell or throw accusations. I simply walked toward her slowly, making sure to keep Lily between us. My heart was pounding in my chest, but my mind felt strangely clear. I had imagined this exact moment countless times over the past 2 years, but nothing could have prepared me for the reality of it. Rachel stumbled over her words. I didn't know where you went. I wanted to. I'm so sorry." I stopped a few feet away from her. I kept my voice calm, quiet. "You didn't want to find us when it mattered. You betrayed me. You left us." She nodded, tears welling up in her eyes. "I know, I was wrong. I made a huge mistake. Please, just let me see Lily." I looked over at my daughter, who was laughing and climbing on the jungle gym, completely unaware of the storm brewing around her. My chest tightened. I had spent 2 solid years protecting this little life from heartbreak, and now the very source of that heartbreak was standing right here, asking for access as if it were her right. "I've kept her safe," I said, my voice steady and firm. "I've taught her to love, to trust, to be kind. You walked away. That has consequences." Rachel's face fell. Her panic was tangible. Now the raw fear of losing what she'd so carelessly abandoned, the fear of facing the reality of her own actions. She tried to reach for Lily. I stepped forward, blocking her path, shaking my head. Lily stopped playing and looked between us. "Daddy?" she asked, her small voice full of confusion, sensing the tension. I knelt down to her level. "Honey, remember what we talked about?" "I'll do anything, anything." I stayed calm. Patience had become my weapon. Rage wouldn't solve a single thing. 2 years had taught me that. I wasn't there to punish her. I was there to protect my child and myself. For the next hour, we talked. Or rather, Rachel begged, and I listened, with Lily quietly playing at my side. I let her words wash over me. Her regret seemed genuine this time, raw in a way that my wife of 8 years had never been. But I also saw her fear, the fear that she had lost everything. I told her the truth, plain and simple. You can't undo what you did. 2 years of our lives, of her childhood, were shaped by your choices. You can't erase that with a few apologies. She nodded, tears streaming freely down her face.